Oh man, I feel so damn happy that I get to share this news brief with all of my Yankee fans on here. This is a great way to kick off your weekend. It really is, because we have something that I'm going to share with you. And basically right now, as I'm recording this, Team USA is beating Canada 3-0. I wanted to watch the game, but I had this feeling that Team USA was going to lose to Canada, and it was going to cause me to really change my dialogue talking about sports here on this Friday evening. Not to mention, we got another fucking garbage-ass edition of Friday Night SmackDown. I don't really want to watch any wrestling, but I really want to share this news. Really to kickstart your weekend. If you're a Yankee fan, you already loved Phil Nevin after the role he played in the 2018 brawl against the Boston Red Sox. He brings that no-nonsense, you know what, I don't give a fuck who you are. He brings that to the New York Yankees. And you want this guy as one of your coaches. And, you know, up until this year, this was a guy, and, you know, in the past, I have talked a lot of shit about Aaron Boone, and I've said, you know what, fire Aaron Boone. You know what? Looking at the history of this organization, I kind of really feel that Phil Nevin would be a great coach somewhere in Major League Baseball. And, you know, I could see him be more of a reserved manager. And it's really nice for Phil Nevin to bring the fire whenever the hell he's pleased. Now, this is something that I want to share. And this was during the first game of the American League Championship Series. And this was the game where the Yankees, they had the 1-0 advantage going into Game 2. And as the Yankees started drawing at the Houston dugout about sign stealing, which, by the way, I will continue to do these audios and fucking bash the Houston Astros whenever the fuck I want, because this is my fucking channel and I can do whatever the fuck I want. So, back to the story. Astros hitting coach Alex Cinton'S, you know what he did? That motherfucker raised the middle finger and directed the gesture towards the New York Yankees bench. Phil Nevin yelled at Alex Bergman, "Tell your fucking hitting coach I'm gonna kick his fucking ass." Managers AJ Hinch and Aaron Boone, they exchanged words, and the Yankees asked Major League Baseball to investigate the Astros for using whistling to convey pitches to their hitters. Now with this cheating scandal here, and really more of the stuff that's coming out with this cheating scandal, we're getting details about the most recent American League Championship Series. The Yankees accused the Astros of whistling to give their hitters a heads up about what pitch was coming. This was dismissed by that fucking stupid ass fuck in AJ Hinch at the time, but now something's going on. During Game 1 of the ALCS, Phil Nevin noticed the whistling coming from the Astros dugout via hitting coach Alex Cinton'S, whatever you want to call that fucking fucker. The Yankees started yelling at their dugout, and Cinton'S, you know what, gave Nevin the middle finger. And that's what happened with the exchange of words. Immediately, it gives Phil Nevin a raise. Lifetime contract as a Yankees third base coach. And I'm saying it right now. I hope the Yankees do not, and I repeat, do not let him go. Give this guy a few beers. I mean, this guy is a loose cannon. And I would pay hundreds of dollars to see a boxing fight between Phil Nevin and AJ Hinch. And in fact, we're going to have that next week. And I'm going to talk about something that is going to happen in Providence, Rhode Island, my hometown, by the way. And I am going to bring this up here to all of my Yankees fans that live in New England. Next Friday, Rough and Rowdy. Rough and Rowdy, if you want to know what that is, amateur fighters with no defense throwing haymakers. This is the best thing that you can get. 4 hours of boxing. Hell, I would watch that over fucking Friday Night SmackDown. Rough and Rowdy will put tears in your eyes. And why? Because you're going to laugh your ass off. Because you've never seen anything like it. You basically get laughed out loud by commentators. And you have a boxing ring. And it's going to be November 22nd in Providence, Rhode Island. The event is going to be called Feast in the Northeast. And it's something that you can do before you get into the Thanksgiving weekend. In fact, you got Texas Tony representing the Houston Astros organization going up against Masshole Haymaker, who is a Boston Red Sox fan. So, get your tickets for that, man. I am going to be going to that show next week. Who knows? I might even do commentary for that as well, because it is just fun to see amateur boxers go at it. So, welcome everyone to the podcast over here on this Friday, November 15th, 2019. Want to start off your weekend pretty good. We got a lot of things to talk about in the world of sports. Of course, I want to get into this video over here, or this topic, I should say. Man, we're talking about a lot of drama today here. I mean, this is going to be like friggin' fighting shit here on this podcast. I mean, it's really fun. I might also, my thoughts on the whole situation that we saw last night on Thursday Night Football as well. I want to get into that, and I don't know if I have any New England Patriots stuff to talk about here on this Friday, on this Friday night. Yeah, I have a little bit of a brain fart, but yeah, you want to get into, the whole stuff, get ready for the football weekend coming up, with NFL. I don't really have any predictions to talk about in college football. And you know what? I really think today this is going to be all about the infamous brawl that happened last night. And I want to give you my take on it. Hopefully I can get my notes on this. But so anyways, thank you for watching or listening to the podcast here. We have some really good content coming up. I will put up a Friday Night SmackDown review tomorrow morning. It's not going to be from the Wrestling Observer, I'm afraid. It's going to be through Pro Wrestling Torch. I might put it in. We'll see what happens with that. And, Sunday, I will be coming back on here with another podcast talking about the Dallas Cowboys. And also, New England Patriots, their matchups. The Dallas Cowboys going to be playing the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, the New England Patriots are going to be on the road against the Philadelphia Eagles in a Super Bowl rematch. And with the wrestling podcast, by the way, and I want to share this as a disclaimer, let me tell you, please, if you have YouTube Premium, download those podcasts. They're yours to keep if you want. I'm doing this, for my viewers and my subscribers. And also, you know what? With the Thanksgiving holiday coming out, I'm going to basically, reward you guys, Those podcasts, if you're on an airplane, traveling or driving to your loved one's place for the holiday, do so by downloading a lot of the wrestling podcasts that I find online. So, basically, I am trying to find my notes on this whole situation that happened last night in Cleveland. But before we get into that, let's continue with the baseball talk here. So, Yu Darvish got called out by Christian Yelich. Christian Yelich basically said, all right, be better than this. Nobody needs help facing you. And this was when Yu Darvish basically said, I'm not sure what he's trying to do, but to be clear, his eyes move first. That's why I step off. And this goes into a video that happened, a matchup between Yu Darvish and Yelich that happened this season in the majors. So, looking at this Friday night, we're all talking about, the whole Yankees and Astros drama. You guys in the West Coast right now are leaving work, while here in the East, everybody's, relaxed in a nice, cozy house, consuming alcohol, probably watching some movies. And all of a sudden, Christian Yelich is destroying Yu Darvish. This dude is pissed. And you think he's still a tad heated after losing the MVP award the other day to Cody Bellinger? I believe it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. Thought it was Wednesday, but yesterday. I gotta say he's a little pissed off about it. Yu Darvish asked for it by poking the bear and hinting that Yelich might have been getting signs from somewhere. Now he's dead. You come at the king, you best not miss. And when you look at Christian Yelich's career against Yu Darvish, 4-for-11, 2 homers. I really don't want to talk more about this because everyone is going to look into every team and sees who is doing what. And we have a Brewers-Cubs video between Yelich and Yu Darvish. We're told to look at Yelich's eyes as he appears to look towards left center for something. Could be something. It could be nothing at all. Everyone is going to start losing their minds over every little thing during this off season. It's chaos right now in baseball. Really is. With a cheating scandal by the Astros. And now this story. Man, I'm already waiting for 2020 for baseball, man. I can't wait till we have a new baseball season. It's going to be freaking awesome. The 151st season of Major League Baseball. We'll see what happens with this. Alright, so a lot of people have been talking about this situation that happened last night. And I'll be honest, I did not watch this game last night. I heard about it. And once the news broke, I was just like, wow, I gotta see this fight on social media. And now it was reported this morning while everybody was at work here in the East Coast. Everybody was waking up in the West Coast. We got some disciplining actions and some major repercussions for both teams. And man, oh man, I mean, it's crazy. Myles Garrett, as of now, is appealing his suspension for the whole year. Yes, Myles Garrett got suspended for the whole year. Mason Rudolph didn't get a suspension. And we'll talk about this. And here's my opinion on this. As soon as this breaks in, and I got my notes here right now. This tells you right now that the NFL, once they saw what happened last night, they became the judge, jury, and sentencers. And they made it very clear. And they put every player on notice in the league last night. And let's see, I do have a notification. I don't really want to talk about it, but the NFL told all their players, based on the suspension, they're not okay with players trying to murder each other on the field. Myles Garrett getting suspended for the rest of the season and the playoffs, that is crazy. That is one of the most craziest suspensions, in my opinion. But every football fan that saw what happened last night, it's a pretty favorable decision in the public eye. I bet you everybody is in the majority for this. There's probably going to be some people in the minority. You cannot dispute a punishment based on what you saw last night. And I know last night that people were speculating that suspending him for the rest of the season was going to happen. Honestly, I thought it was going to be 4 games. And as someone that is an NFL football fan, I need to complain about the pin, the tail on the donkey style of suspensions that the NFL hands out. When you see a domestic violence situation in the NFL, those players get suspended, for what? 2 games? I know Tom Brady deflating the football. I'm already going to hear it. Yeah, you're in defense of Tom Brady. Oh, yeah, because he's the GOAT. He represents your favorite football team. Yada, yada this, yada, yada that. But you're talking about the Houston Astros. They should be punished for what they did. Like I say to all you fucking fuckers, all you fucking idiots on here, blow me when it comes to that. And retaliating against someone who tries to rip your helmet off is the rest of the season, it tells you the NFL is not messing around. Now, a Browns player, I'm not even going to mention last name. I can't even mention it. I'm going to have trouble pronouncing it. Excuse me. Was suspended 1 game. Steelers center Pouncey was suspended 3 games. Now, when I looked at Adam Schefter's tweet, I was like, Where's Mason Rudolph's suspension? This is where I think the NFL missed here. They came down hard. Yes, they did on the Cleveland Browns player in Myles Garrett and on Pouncey for 3 games. But in all honesty, why is Pouncey being suspended 3 games? I understand that he witnessed his quarterback get assaulted with a deadly weapon. What's he supposed to do? Just fucking sit there and fucking watch his player get killed? Who, by the way, had a serious concussion during the season. And then the Browns and Steelers have been fined $250,000 each for how this game ended. Failure by the NFL. This is why I fucking hate Roger Goodell. I really fucking do. I really fucking hate that fucking clown. Cleveland Browns, you ain't finishing 10-6. I'll tell you that. Maybe 7-9 at best. Maybe lucky to win 8 games. There's no way you're going to fucking be 10-6 after this. I really don't believe it's going to happen. But there was a lot of missed things that happened with this suspension here. And it's going to do it here for this podcast here. Thank you all so very much for listening. I will be back Sunday talking NFL. And hopefully I have a dialogue this week. The more baseball shit that comes out, the more, I'm going to fucking talk shit about the Houston Astros. I'm out. Later.